So I got this message from a friend the other day.
Lately, my stories have been watched by a number of people that don't follow me, and they're all, let's call it big, meaning like outside of all the normal people that are watching, whatever, but like I'm having with a lot of people who don't already follow me, who have 30, 50, 100, 200, 600,000 followers follow or watch my stories. So it seems like an odd way to kind of like attract followers, but I guess in theory it's kind of like liking, but it's like dropping in on people's stories and like, oh, I think I'm seeing this. Oh my goodness, I'm going to follow them. But I don't know, it just seems like, I guess if you have a team doing it or a bot or something, maybe it.
Did you hear what he said at the end? A bot doing it? I did some sleuthing because, to be honest, when I heard about this, it wasn't the first time. I've seen it with my own account, and I've seen a couple of my students come to me saying, Elise, why is like so-and-so famous person looking at my stories but not actually following me? So I did some digging because this automatically felt fishy, and this is what I found out. Instagram already knows that the people behind these story viewers are growth hackers. So they might be like kind of Russian accounts, or they might be really big names, but it's basically a growth tactic similar to follow unfollow a couple years ago. This is the 2019 version of it, and this is how people are seeing their accounts grow. The only thing is that the real person is not actually viewing your story. It's a bot which is running their account through to see thousands of stories a day. And the whole hope and the whole strategy behind it is that if they can get your account to view 100,000 stories a day, a small percentage of people are going to notice that this big name viewed the account, and they're going to want to follow back. And it seems like this growth tactic has been working for people because I've noticed a whole surplus of it in the last few months. But guess what? Instagram already knows this is a growth tactic, and they're already working on shutting it down. So if you have met an agency that's offering this as a service, if you've been curious about how you can get your account to do the same thing, don't do it because Instagram is actively working to shut it down. Now, I was really curious about who was behind all of this, and back in July, I got an email to my account from someone saying they've found a really good growth method and, here's their contact for it. So I reached out to Craig of dazzlingsocial.com and I said, hey, fill me in on the details of what this new growth tactic is. And he says it's a new service he's offering called bulk story viewing. They view up to 100,000, potentially even millions of stories a day to get people's attention and to direct them back to your account. The crazy part is, even though your account is going to be viewing like 100,000 plus stories a day, Craig's saying that you can expect only between 50 and 300 followers from this growth hack. Here's where it gets interesting. Craig says there are some things you need to be aware of though. Targeting is limited. While we can try to target a bit and you might get 70% of followers of what you want and 30% of what you'd prefer not to have, thirsty boys for example, we are working daily at improving targeting. Second thing, it's experimental. There will no doubt be hiccups and flaws. Third, it requires access to your account. Fourth, for your account safety, you can't use any other service while we're doing this. This includes accounts that use follow, unfollow, comment, or like on your behalf. But Craig says, trust me though, you won't need those services while using this. And then he says, while unlikely to happen, there is always the possibility of Instagram plugging this method of growth at some point, so while incredibly beneficial, it may have a limited time use. Craig even says that this method will attract some bot accounts, but good news, he has a service to clean up and remove bot accounts, so cha-ching to Craig's business, if you know what I mean. So I replied to Craig's email and I needed some clarity. Was my account going to view 100,000 stories, or were 100,000 accounts going to view my stories? But the way he sets it up is that my account is run through this bot program and I'm going to be the one viewing 100,000 stories. Then I asked for a client example. He sent me a couple links of client accounts from igblade.com. Then I replied and said, well, what program or tool do you use to access all of these stories? And he didn't reply. So I haven't heard from Craig since mid-July. Then I asked for the pricing of his services and he has ghosted me. So I don't know if Craig is still offering this service, but he's ignoring me and maybe Instagram has already shut him down. So bottom line is Instagram's already said it's aware of this growth hacking technique, and it's truly not the way to build a community because, I mean, maybe if it works for you for like a couple days, who are these people really? Like, are they actually going to engage with your posts? Are they going to view your stories in return? Are they going to become leads and buyers in your business? Chances are not very likely. That's why I really teach quality over quantity. You really only need slow growth on Instagram. And as far as numbers, you can do really well with 1,000 followers. You just need 1,000 people who care about your content. So using these growth strategies that Instagram is going to shut down in any minute just isn't a really good long-term plan. I promise you that if you forget about the vanity metrics and you really care about the people who are engaging, the people who are DMing you, that's where you're going to see growth back to your business. If you're interested to learn more about this topic and how to grow your business on Instagram in 2019 without any of these scammy techniques that require bots, I have a free training for you. The link is right below this video. Go ahead and check it out.